D. Lincoln 1-cent Liberty penny from the United States. At first glance, it's a simple brownish coin you've probably handled countless times in your life, maybe even tossed into a jar or a drawer. But what if that humble little coin, bearing Abraham Lincoln's familiar face and the small letter D under the date, turned out to be worth an unbelievable $189 million? Yes, you heard that right, a single penny, worth more cars, more than a private island, and even more than many world-famous artworks. How could such a tiny coin be worth so much? The answer lies in its incredible history, the mysteries of its minting errors, the strange anomalies surrounding its creation, and the powerful allure of rarity that drives collectors to pay fortunes for the rarest examples of U.S. coinage. The story of the 1970 D. Lincoln cent begins during a fascinating era in American minting history. The year 1970 was a time of economic change, cultural shifts, and technological advancements. The U.S. Mint was operating full-scale production from multiple facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, each striking billions of coins to keep up with the nation's growing economy. The Lincoln penny, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, had already become an American icon. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent featured the president's profile on the obverse and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse until 1958. Then, in 1959, to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth and the 50th anniversary of the coin itself, the reverse design was changed to depict the Lincoln Memorial, created by Frank Gasparo. By 1970, the memorial design was well established, familiar to millions, and mass-produced in staggering quantities. But amid those billions of coins struck that year, one version, or perhaps just a handful from the Denver Mint, has become legendary. The 1970 D. Lincoln penny has achieved mythical status because of its unusual errors, minting anomalies, and rumors of secret minting mistakes that make it worth an astonishing $189 million in collector circles. While many people dismiss it as a fantasy, serious coin collectors and numismatists know that errors of this magnitude have happened before, and when they do, they create pieces that become priceless windows into minting history. Let's start by exploring what makes this coin different. The D under the date stands for the Denver Mint, one of the most productive and precise mints in the world. Mistakes can happen, and when they do, they can result in coins that defy explanation. The 1970 D. Lincoln penny is said to exhibit multiple layers of minting errors: doubled dies, repunched mint marks, misaligned dies, off-metal strikes, and possible transitional planchet errors. Each of these alone can make a coin rare and valuable, but when several occur together on a single coin, it becomes something truly extraordinary. One of the most famous varieties from that era is the 1970s small date and large date Lincoln cents from the San Francisco Mint. Those coins are well known and highly collectible because of the distinct differences in the shape and position of the numerals in the date. But the Denver version takes the intrigue to a whole new level. The 1970 D penny reportedly features doubling on both the obverse and reverse, most noticeably on the word Liberty, the motto "I in God We Trust," and the date 1970. Such doubling occurs when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly between impressions, creating a shadowed or overlapping image. When this happens on the obverse, especially on key design elements like the date and mint mark, the resulting coins can become immensely valuable. Collectors have long been fascinated by double die errors, and some examples from other years have fetched enormous sums. The 1955 double die Lincoln cent, for instance, is one of the most famous coins in U.S. history, easily selling for tens of thousands of dollars. Similarly, the 1969's double die penny is one of the most sought-after modern rarities, sometimes selling for over $100,000 in top condition. The 1970 D penny, however, is believed to take this even further, combining the doubled features with several other rare characteristics that elevate it to mythical status. One of these characteristics is a mint mark anomaly. Normally, the D mint mark on Denver coins is sharply defined, clearly punched into the die before striking. But on some 1970 D examples, collectors have noticed that the D appears distorted, doubled, repunched, or misaligned. A repunched mint mark RPM occurs when the mint mark is struck more than once in slightly different positions, common before mint marks were added directly to the master dies. The 1970 D RPM varieties show fascinating variations, some with the D tilted, some with a faint outline of a second D beneath or beside the main one, and some that appear almost ghost-like due to light impressions. If the 1970 D penny worth $189 million truly exists as described, it likely represents an extreme case of these anomalies, perhaps a coin where the mint mark was not only repunched but misaligned during a die change, combined with a doubled die obverse and possibly a wrong metal strike. Such a combination would be almost impossible to reproduce intentionally, and would make the coin one of a kind. In the world of numismatics, one-of-a-kind errors command staggering prices because they are literally irreplaceable. Let's talk about another fascinating possibility: the off-metal strike. During coin production, blanks known as planchets are fed into striking presses by automated machinery. Sometimes, a wrong planchet, one meant for another denomination, accidentally ends up in the press. Struck on a dime planchet, or a foreign coin planchet used for other countries' coinage produced at U.S. mints. There have been known cases of Lincoln cents struck on silver dime planchets, aluminum test pieces, or foreign bronze alloys. If a 1970 D Lincoln cent was struck on the wrong metal, especially silver or aluminum, it would instantly become one of the rarest coins in history. Such an event could have happened if leftover experimental blanks were accidentally used, or if the mint was testing different materials during the transition between coinage compositions. In 1970, the U.S. Mint was experimenting with new metals and refining minting technology. It's entirely possible that a few test strikes were made on planchets with different compositions, and that one somehow escaped into circulation. Imagine discovering a 1970 D penny that rings like a dime because it was struck on a silver planchet. That alone would be enough to create headlines around the world. There's also the possibility of misaligned or double strikes. A misaligned die can create coins where part of the design is off-center, revealing blank areas on one side and stretched features on the other. Double strikes, where the coin is struck twice, often at slightly different angles, can create overlapping images that are mesmerizing to collectors. Such errors were not unheard of during the early 1970s, especially as mints were transitioning to faster, more automated equipment. Another possible reason for the immense value attributed to the 1970 D penny is the existence of proof-like circulation errors or hybrid coins. In minting, proof coins are specially struck with polished dies and planchets to create sharp details and mirror-like surfaces. Occasionally, a proof die or planchet might accidentally be used in regular circulation production, creating coins that exhibit extraordinary detail and luster. A 1970 D Lincoln cent struck with proof-like features by mistake would immediately stand out, and if combined with the other errors mentioned, could easily become one of the most valuable coins ever discovered. Now, let's delve into the story and mystique surrounding this coin's alleged discovery. According to collector lore, a few examples of these 1970 D Liberty cents with unusual features were found in circulation during the late 1980s and early 1990s by keen-eyed collectors. Dears, now in the second history we go to another exciting and fascinating journey into the mysterious and rewarding world of rare coins, where small pieces of metal hide unbelievable stories and unimaginable fortunes. We're diving deep into one of the most incredible tales in American coin history, the story of the 1975 Lincoln 1-cent Liberty Penny, a coin that looks ordinary at first glance, yet is rumored to be worth an astonishing $185 million. Yes, you heard that right, a simple penny, a coin with a face value of just 1 cent, could be worth more than priceless art, luxury yachts, or even some royal estates. This isn't just a story about a coin, it's a journey through history, mystery, and the strange beauty of minting mistakes that turn something so common into something legendary. Imagine picking up a handful of change, perhaps from an old drawer, or finding a penny lying on the ground, one of billions that have passed through countless hands over decades. It's small, coppery, and seems insignificant. But what if that tiny coin, dated 1975, carries a secret and error so rare, a minting mistake so exceptional, that collectors across the world would pay millions just to own it? This is the magic of coin collecting, the world of numismatics, where the smallest details, a misplaced mint mark, a doubling in the design, a wrong planchet, or even a single die flaw can turn a common coin into an artifact of immense value. The 1975 Lincoln 1-cent Liberty penny is one of those coins that has fascinated collectors for decades. It's across multiple mints, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The United States Mint had long since perfected its production process, yet mistakes still happened, and sometimes, those mistakes became legends. The Denver Mint coins bear the small D mint mark under the date. The San Francisco coins carry an S, and those from Philadelphia, at that time, bore no mint mark at all. Each mint had massive output in 1975, but one tiny group of coins from that year stands apart because of their strange, unexplainable anomalies. These mysterious errors make some 1975 Lincoln cents worth fortunes, with one example believed to have reached the unbelievable figure of $185 million due to its combination of minting irregularities and historical significance. To understand why this coin has such value, we need to step back in time and look at what was happening at the U.S. Mint in 1975. It was an era of preparation and transition. The nation was gearing up to celebrate its 200th birthday, the bicentennial of American independence, which would take place in 1976. The Mint was busy designing and producing new coinage with special dual dates, 1776 to 1976, for the quarter, half dollar, and dollar coins, each carrying unique patriotic designs. Amid all this excitement and production pressure, regular coinage like the humble 1-cent coin still had to be minted in huge numbers for everyday use. It was a time when machines ran at full speed, dies were replaced frequently, and new technologies were being tested to keep up with the growing demand. Even small errors could easily slip through. Some might be noticed and corrected immediately, but others could pass unnoticed into circulation. Flawless coins. And that's where the 1975 possible combination of